Hello, hello, and welcome, people. I am always excited, so excited to talk to you, especially about today as we get into rocking for summer. Summer's officially kicked off. Yes, pools. Yes, vacation. Yes, all of the things. And so I apologize that I missed last week, but I am back. I am energized and excited for summer because there's a lot to say. So just as a special note, because we have been talking, and before we get into summer, it's just very, very important to note that we do have our assessment and our kickoff meeting, which is happening on June 10th, baby. It's going to be exciting. I cannot wait. If you are local and you are here and you're going to be joining the JPG cheer program, this is a great time. Come out. Let's meet. I'll be talking about our summer schedule. As well as doing our primary assessment. So if you want more details on that, it's obviously below. You can check out the link, but please make sure to register. Please make sure to have your parents' permission, or if you're a parent, that's also in that link that's below. And just wear something comfortable. You know, it's not a big deal. This is not a tryout. It is not mandatory, but it is a great place for us to start so that I can get to know where you are and go ahead and get your programming in for the summer. So, anywho, we're talking about summer because I mean, it's like here, it's lit. It's already, going down. There's nothing that we can do about that. So, so many thoughts came in my head while I was away on vacation. We took our boys. It was amazing. But of course, as you're packing and you're getting ready to go, and you're like, wow, this is about to go down. Like, it's real. I think this month snuck up on a lot of us. May is every year, it gets more and more like Christmas time. A lot of people are calling it Maycember for a reason. They are. Hey, they are. So, anyhow, I just want to start off by saying, your confidence is not about you being perfect, because that's what we're talking about today. It's about embracing who you are and giving your best in every single moment. And I truly and honestly believe that. I want us to be in the best of spaces. And so I'm excited about all of, the content, everything I'm sharing and talking about this week, because it seems like I almost feel like I'm in high school again. Maybe it's because of coaching. Maybe it's just because, my kids are a little bit older and I can focus on thinking about things that I need more. But, I do remember vividly, back for me, even starting in high school, especially college, how summer used to be a really not so cool start of the year, even though, of course, it was fun and I was excited about doing all the things. But I had a lot of anxiety even then, just being body conscious. I really didn't like the summertime because, it meant that I'd be in a bathing suit, lots of clothes coming off because it's obviously hot. And so, I did a lot to work around that. And even though I was an athlete or whatever, it was a hard time for me. At the time, in high school, I was 5'8". I was one of the tallest and larger people on all of my teams because I wasn't cheerleading hardcore then, by the way. It just was a difficult sport to be in because at that time, cheerleaders for the most part were former gymnast. Even though I was a former gymnast, that's another day, that's another story. But because they were all shorter than me, I was taller than my mom, like all of the things, like it just was a really, really weird time. And so, like, even trying to shop for clothes, like trying to get ready for school, I actually think I would have benefited from uniforms, but anyway, that wasn't the thing then. But nothing fit me right. Nothing, either pants and shorts were too short because my legs are long, or, pants were short and there was a gap in the back because, like the places I wanted to shop to kind of be in with everyone didn't have clothes like in my size. Like it was just like the strangest of times. And so I wore a lot of baggy shirts, sweatshirts, oversized things. Hey, because I just wasn't comfortable with my body or myself. And so, you know, I would do unhealthy things. I mean, I would pull out the magazines and like whatever it'd be like summer body, summer this, blah, 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 all of these things. So I would do some unhealthy juice cleansing and intense, I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna run. There was no method to the madness. I just wanted something to be different and to change. And no one was telling me um, what to do, but probably because nobody knew how I felt about myself. So, what I'm in here talking about today is particularly heartfelt from me, myself, just because I remember like it was yesterday. And even as an adult, I still live a lot of these things, a lot of these feelings. And I'm just here to support. I'm here as a voice. If you're a mom and you have a daughter and you think, obviously, when you look at her, that she's perfect in every way. And I mean, gosh, she couldn't possibly be thinking uh, that she's not in love with herself. Because you look at her and you're like, my goodness, if I were that size again, the sky would be the limit, right? But I remember the time vividly, and it was not it. It was not the time. I was not having fun. So, you know, the impacts of some of the things that I did between high school, then into college, and as I became more of an adult, these things that I did, to feel better for summer per se, just got more intense, right? And so it would absolutely mess with my hormones. My metabolism was, I probably say, from the fact that I was an athlete. So, I could do but so much. I couldn't be as intense into some of the things I wanted to do because I had to eat and had to have food. But I'd be bloated, and like when you have game day and you've got on a crop top and little shorts and different things like that, that is not the way. Water retention, all the things, and not to mention just being exhausted as a person, right? I can think about it now trying to get ready for a cheerleading competition and just the night before being like, I can't do anything. I can't do anything. I need to like lay here and just be, because I'm worried that on the competition floor, I'm going to crumble. And guys, like, I just had no idea. I just didn't know like that there was anything that I could do to help myself. I just thought it was just me. So if any of that sounds familiar to you, if you're a cheer athlete, a former athlete, dancer, all of the above, we're going to approach this summer and from the hindsight of Coach Kui, right? As someone who has lived through, done all of the things, and wants things to be better. I want things to be better for young women and women alike, still in their primes, to just know that if we're focusing on feeling our absolute best and fueling our bodies, it's going to fuel our mind, and how that turns is tenfold, right? And it's really, really been a game changer for me. And so I just want you to know that it doesn't have to be that way. And the earlier it can be caught, if you're a mom, a grandmother, whoever you are, if you've got a young lady in your life, the sooner that you can snatch her up and say, hey, did you know this? It's a win. It's a win for women everywhere and for all of us. So I don't think that you need to be, I was like 30, 35 years old when I finally learned how to tweak so much through my nutrition and help myself to fueling my body. And I don't want any woman to have to wait that long, to truly and honestly have fats. Okay. So today I'm just going to briefly talk about, some proper nutrition and strategic things that we can do in exercise that's going to help us not fall into those pitfalls of like our hormones feeling crazy, and I'm talking about, when you're on your cycle, I'm talking about all of those things. It's all impacted by our nutrition, and we just don't learn a lot of these things in school. And a lot of times we don't learn the things at home because the moms or whoever at home, they don't know either. I mean, no one taught us either. So that's what I'm here to do, because I love this stuff and I love how it has definitely helped me boost so much in my life, outside of my metabolism. But we want to be on the path of however we want to look, however we want to feel. That's what it is, right? We want to be energized and motivated for where we are today. We're heading into summer, but absolutely, we are going to nourish our bodies. We're not going to be depleting any of the things. And so I'm just going to, share some of my uh, top four, we'll call them do's. We'll call them summer do's, so that we stay positive about our bodies and we keep our strength up and our energy up, because baby, football season is coming. I cannot wait. If you will get to know me, I love football. High school, middle school, college, NFL, all of it. It is a thing. I love it. So let's go. So step one is, we don't want to punish ourselves, right? This is absolutely not the time to be depleting ourselves, okay? Extreme dieting and anything that's not allowing you to eat is a no. You need a variety of different nutrients, just for your brain's sake. So we need to constantly be eating, okay? 3 hours tops, 3 hours max is how long that we need to, keep food out of our mouths. Otherwise, grab something. And so you want to focus on balanced meals. A lot of times we aren't eating all meals, and that's okay. So to break that down, we have protein. So protein is the building block of your life. No, I don't even know, or I have no idea why that's not promoted more, in any capacity, but it is, especially with muscles. We're talking about athletes and former athletes, and you're like, why isn't my body the same? Or why isn't my body doing what I want it to do? It's because you're not getting enough protein, baby. Okay, so think about like, it's not just chicken, but fish. I love salmon. Yes, a win. Salmon only twice a week, though. We'll talk about it later. But anyway, beans, nuts, proteins all the time. Every 3 hours, put it in your body. Look at your hand. Look at the palm of your hand and put that much in your body every 3 hours. Winning. Hey, hey. Let's do that. So next would be healthy fats. Okay. This is a hard one for me because I always want the not healthy fats, but fats are good for you. You need them. So if you're an avocado person, grab it, baby. Not for every meal, but these are things we're putting in there, right? We want your nuts, we want your seeds. So that kind of covers in protein too. Olive oil on your salad if you want to have one, but it'll keep you feeling super full and your skin is going to be glowing. Mhm. Next, complex carbs. Woo! Okay. There was a time in my life where like fruit was bad. There always are fads, right? But I remember this specifically because it was a hard pass. I'm like, yeah, yeah, I can't eat fruit. I'm watching myself. I don't eat fruit. Please. You need fruit. It's a complex carb, and it's complex in because it has fiber in it, and fiber is what you need to push stuff out. I don't think I need to get into details there, but yeah, have whole grains. If you're getting bread, whole wheat bread, whole grain bars, fruits, any vegetables. I haven't yet heard of fad where they've been like you can't have vegetables. So that's good, but I'm sure it's going to come. But these are these types of carbs are going to give you energy, energy, energy. Carbs are not bad. So many of my clients who come to me have also, in the whole like we don't do fruit, have also banished carbs, and then they're wondering why they can't make it past 2 o'clock without the need to like find a nap. Yeah, yeah, but it's okay. We're allowing these things. Let's get back into it. And then finally, hydration. I think for 30 years at least, I just was dehydrated, and that's because like and there was a time in my life where as an athlete I was weighed in regularly, and so I was like, okay, I'll scoop around that and I'll just, live without water. Woo! I've come a long way, baby. We'll be talking about it a lot. I've got a whole testimony, a whole story. I can share it all. I have been it all. But let's get your water in. And if you don't know how much water you need at least half of your body weight, half of your body weight in ounces. Okay. So whatever that is, that's how much you need. And a lot of times we're just not getting that. And, when we have the hydration, we will be battling fatigue. And so we want to get out of that. Okay. So listen, in every area of your life, you're going to need this fuel. And I just talked about that. So let's get into those things, and keep your muscles and the recovery and your memory, because we're going to need it for all of the new 8 counts we're about to be doing over this summer. Okay, so number 2, I'm trying to hurry because I need to hurry. You want to exercise smart, not hard. There's no need for you to be in the gym every day. There are fads, there are exercise programs that call for that, but we don't need that. It's, if you like the gym, great, but it's not a need, especially when we have stuff to do. Okay, so you when you are in the gym, just make sure you mix it up. You want to have your strength training, you want to have your cardio and your flexibility exercises, and I put those in order. Right, strength training is number one. This is also something that is highly missed, for not just young women athletes, but athletes in general. And then we wonder as a community, what happened to us. And it's because no one no one ever taught us, like from a young age, that strength training, even if it's just your body weight, is going to keep your metabolism. It's a lifetime thing. Like, how sometimes you drive by those parks and it's like a random like pull up thing and push up thing or whatever. And that's because that should be a part of life. It shouldn't be like, oh, I've got to go to this. It should literally just be a part of life. So think things like, you want to do your squats, you want to do your lunges, you want to do maybe jumping rope, but every day we want to be doing something. As far as your cardio, do this after your strength. Just think maybe 30 minutes. Maybe your cardio is you walk to the place that you're going to do the push-ups, lunges, and squats, and then you walk back. Easy. It's done. And flexibility, we're obviously going to be talking about this a lot because your flexibility is key and is super duper important, right? As a cheerleader, between your kicks, your jumps, your tumbling, all the things, you want to prevent injuries. And so you've got to stretch. It's also ideal to stretch after you do your cardio while your muscles are already warm. So we're going to keep moving through those things, but you guys got it. And so I'm going to be sharing our summer schedule, as I mentioned in our kickoff initial meeting. Most of, if not all of your things will be available to you virtually. So, hey, if you're at the beach, if you're a mom or whomever, you can, see all the things virtually and still keep up your stuff so that you don't feel like, oh my gosh, I have to be on campus or at school to get these things done. Nope, nope, nope. We are clearly in the year of like, if it's not virtual, what are we doing? So I'm looking forward to that, but everyone is welcome to do that to keep them going. So for step 3, I'm going to say this time and time again, you've got to listen to your body, right? you want to pay attention to how your body feels and is responding to different things. If you're more tired than usual, or you just like your energy is just in the dumps, it's probably that you either need more rest, which is why it's not recommended that you work out every day anyway, or maybe you need to be eating more food. Okay. And so if you have any questions, you can always chat. There's a chat button below. You can always chat us, to ask us stuff like that. But you want to make sure that you're feeling good. You should feel good throughout, any types of change. So too much change is bad. Too little change is bad. We want to be right there in a good place. So anytime that your body is signaling like that you're bloated, or maybe you're just super sluggish, it could be that you need to, take in more fiber. It could be a lot of different things, but for sure ask for support there, because we want to make sure that you're feeling great. For it's summer, we got stuff to do, right? And then finally, when you are planning or preparing, we're focusing on some different healthier habits. Call it, basically, I'm going to call them fuel-based habits, right? Because no food is bad food. But some good examples of some quick things that you can just think is, for breakfast, Greek yogurt with berries. Berries have tons of fiber in them, because fruit is not bad. And maybe some granola in that. Boom. Lunch. If you're going to have a salad, maybe add some quinoa to it. Veggies. I do not do chickpeas, but apparently they're all the rage. But olive oil on that, mix it together for your dinner. Maybe some grilled chicken or salmon with a sweet potato and some broccoli, brown rice, however you want to mix it in, get it in. Your snacks. Apple slices with almond butter are huge. If you're at the pool, some nuts, like whatever, like again, every 3 hours, we need to be eating. So, like I said, for final thoughts, we've got to stay positive, right? Anything that you do or anything that you change, I'm excited about this season, because it'll just be an opportunity for me to rekindle a lot of things for cheerleading basics, all the way through more advanced things. But anything that you do, it's not going to happen overnight. And you just have to be patient with yourself, especially when it comes to nutrition and or exercise. Both of the things are just, they get better over time, so just celebrate the small wins. Maybe it's just that you're excited because you're like, I did it. Incredible. Like, that's epic. Like, you did it. There's no shame here. That's not what we like to operate in a space of. No food is bad. I love pizza, just came from the movies last night. Cookies, popcorn, all the things. But I also know that those things can't dominate my diet or my regimen, because if I eat them too many days in a row, I end up feeling pretty sluggish, and it's really really hard for me to be sharp and on top of my stuff. So I'm going to be working on this quick guide, that's going to help you continue to work on balancing your plates with all the foods. But we want to just make sure that we are fueling our bodies and we are aiming for healthy goals. And I just don't want anyone to be in a space over their summer that they are panicking or trying to do anything that's going to be crash, and that's going to be harmful. So at the end of the day, just like I mentioned before, we have our kickoff and our assessment that is happening next week. Or wait, yeah, next week. And I'm so excited. Please make sure that you're checking out below, to just let me know that you're going to be there, and dress comfortably. And as well, if you need or, want more tips like this, or, to know what the next thing is that you can do to get started, we're going to also be dropping our quiz. La, 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 la. Just to give a professional insight to exactly what it is that you need to do and that you need to focus on the next step. It doesn't have to be the next 12 months. It could just be like, hey, what do I need to do this month or next month? And we are super, super excited here at FabFit Coaching to keep women, young women especially, moving forward. So I'm excited. I'm sorry this was a little long for me. I appreciate everyone being here, but let's go and have a great day, a great summer, and I'll see you back here next week. Thank you so much.